Good evening.
So our speaker today is Mr. Prakash Kolhe, and Prakash, Dr. Kiran Yadav, he's the Vice President and the incoming President of Bombay Management Association.
Hi.
Nice meeting you, Dr. Kiran.
Good evening. Nice to catch up and learn from you today. Thank you.
Okay, what we'll do is we will get started, and I'm sure others will join as we move forward.
Sure.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. On behalf of Bombay Management Association and our executive committee, welcome to the next edition of Friday Fundamentals. My name is Supriya Sachdeva, and I'm the Honorary Secretary of Bombay Management Association. Every Friday, BMA organizes online sessions to promote effective business management in different areas of businesses, where we invite senior industry professionals and they share their knowledge and experience with our members as well as non-members. And as I always say, these sessions are complimentary, but the learnings are priceless. The topic for today's Friday Fundamentals is the traditional and modern marketing mix. And for that, we have invited a very senior industry professional, Mr. Prakash Kolhe. He's the CEO of Symmetric Software. Hi, Prakash.
Hi, Supriya.
So all set for today?
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for inviting me to this forum.
Yeah. What I'll do is for the audience, I will introduce you, and then I'll hand over to you. So Prakash is the founding member of Symmetric Software, and he's also providing executive leadership to the company as CEO for growth of the company. He has more than 25 years of experience in the IT industry and has delivered critical software systems for the clients. Prakash he has rich experience in servicing some of the Fortune 500 clients and has played key leadership roles in many prestigious companies in IT like HCL Tech, Virtusa, Polaris, Bank of America, while working in various countries like US, Japan, UK, and India, of course. In the recent past, he was also responsible for Virtusa, which is Polaris's new business development of banking and finance industry in Nepal. Prakash is also a member of CSI Mumbai chapter and has played an active role there. So Prakash, before I hand it over to you, you are a technology person. You're going to talk about marketing. So I'm assuming that there will be an intersection of marketing and technology in your talk today. Am I
right? Yes, actually. So I know from where your question is coming. Marketing is not was supposed to be a very technical topic traditionally. It was supposed to be a marketer's and is kind of an art. But in these days, these boundaries sort of have merged. And with the support of evolving technology, marketing has come to the totally new dimension. And now it is almost evident that a marketer has to have some exposure to the technology, at least the understanding of the technology, what tools are available, where it is going, and how it can be leveraged. And at the same time, the technologist who is working on the marketing related applications or the services has to understand some basic understanding of marketing as well. And that is where basically this topic, which is traditional and modern marketing mix, is sort of indication of both the traditional knowledge related to the marketing and how the modern advancements in the technology has evolved and made possible to have different kind of a mix in your marketing strategy. So that is what mostly I'll be focusing on.
Okay, great. So over to you. Let's get it started then.
Yeah. So thank you, Supriya, and thank you, Dr. Kiran. Thank you, Dr. Mr. Rajesh Sharma, and other participants in this seminar. So as we started on the right note, because of Supriya's question, that today I'll be covering in this seminar what are the different facets of the marketing mix, which can be effectively use, and why it is important to mix the modern advancement in the marketing with the traditional marketing aspects and ingredients, so that we can make this marketing mix more powerful and more resulting into the results, because these boundaries are evolving very fast day by day. So that is what is going to be my attempt to give the highlights or some insight into this particular aspect. So we in the technology organization, we do service many clients, and some of them are marketing agencies, some of them are the end clients. And we see that they are facing challenges on multiple fronts, especially marketeers. They are seeing that whatever marketing channels and the mixes they have been using, sometimes they are not effective, they are not yielding the results. Many a times there are the limitations of the know-how of the tools that they are using and how the tools are actually implemented, because all tools are powerful, but it is again up to the person who implements that. And then why it is important that we make this marketing mix effectively. So that is what is going to be my attempt to highlight on. So as we know that the definition of the marketing traditionally has been that it is the performance of business activities that direct the flow of goods and services from the producer to consumer or user. So traditionally it is focus on producer rather than the consumer. But in the modern definition now, marketing is the process of determining consumer demand for a product or service, motivating its sales and distributing it into ultimate consumption at a profit. So now here the focus in the modern world has been shifted to the consumer and consumer demand, and how you determine that effectively, and then accordingly you position your products or the services. That is what is the marketing. And then I would say that recently even this definition has become, you can call it as a traditional, because of some of the new advancements like artificial intelligence or chat GPT. Many possibilities have opened up, even creating the demand and sustaining the demand as well as a next step to the marketing. I will see how it is possible. So we need to understand what is marketing mix. Marketing mix is basically we are mixing the various ingredients, which are different marketing features and the practices to make the marketing effective and yield the results. Now, this is what is on a high level, the evolution of the marketing mix. If we see from say 1940 till today, so in 1940s, mostly the marketing mix was around 4 Ps, which are the product, place, price, and promotion. So since it was more from the producer side, the focus was always what are the products which are developed, the places where it is available, the price point, which is calculated from the cost, and then the promotion, where the target consumer is there, the promotion was done. But then in 1960s, three more attributes are added to that. That is people, physical evidence, and processes, because it was felt that this marketing mix has to be targeted to the people, and there are various different type of the people which are available. So your marketing has to be targeted to the type of the people their need. And then the physical evidence became very important, so that there is a trust and a confidence that is developed in consumer towards the goods being marketed. And then the processes being developed inside the company itself, so that this marketing effort, they become more organized and structured, so that the marketing yields are better. And then in 1990s, basically various communication channels got opened, and that is where the communication, which is important from the promotion of the product, the consumer, and then the convenience of the consumer, and the cost, which is positioning of that particular product. Those are the various aspects that became important in the marketing mix. And then in 2020s, a lot of game changers have happened because of the internet era and internet-based marketing. So the multiple things could become possible, like core value proposition, consumer outreach, the way it has you can approach to the consumer that has multifolded. The multiple channels have opened, mobiles have added to the channel, then campaigns, you can run the campaigns and then control the campaigns digitally. Customer acquisition, customer lifetime value. So it is not just one-time sale. So lifetime, how much is the overall potential of the customer that could be exploited. And then the customer journey. So it is not just the customer when he makes a purchase or buy, even the customer journey could be controlled because of the different tools and the technology. Now we'll see and have more insight into this. So let us see that traditionally, one of the example of a marketing mix, say, let us take a Taj Hotels. Now here, the traditionally the product has been considered as a same hotel and its various facilities in the various format like beach hotels or hill resorts, city hotels or residential hotel. So it is the same product, but because of the feature, various product offerings were made. And then the places that at various vacation places or the business places, those products have been implemented. So it started with Mumbai, and then they expanded in the various 64 destinations. And then internationally also Taj Hotel, they are expanding. So this is how the place marketing mix has been used by Taj Hotel. And then the price are basically used. Positioning is been done as a five-star hotel. And then we realize that they have the loyal customer and they will pay the price as a premium price, whatever is charged for the Taj Hotel. And that is how they were able to establish and market the services of Taj. And then the promotion has been basically they got the award as a great brands of tomorrow. And then they also started the corporate responsibility, that is what is the CSR activities were started. That is how that promotion has been done around that. And then they have started the hospitality training institute. So that is another way of promotion. So your traditional marketing mix was limited to these resources like product, place, price, and promotion. Now, there has been the evolution of the marketing. This was marketing 1.0. And then there was another evolution, marketing 2.0, which was customer oriented. And then marketing 3.0 happened, which is a value driven marketing. And I would say marketing 4.0 is about to happen because of the artificial intelligence and chat GPT. And then how it is impacting your target, your enabling forces, and then how it is viewed by companies and managers marketing of the company, the people who are involved in the marketing process, the value propositions and consumer interaction, all of that has been evolving because of these evolutions. Now, the latest has been the definition of the marketing mix is the 7 Cs, which are core value proposition, how we are able to position the value, core values of the product being offered, consumer outreach, how the end consumer has been approached, various channels through which he is approached, campaigns, how it is run, how it is controlled, customer acquisition, how you acquire a customer and then maintain that customer lifetime value, and then how you can manage and control the customer journey. So this became possible because of the internet and the technology. So for example, let us see the product aspect, which was earlier considered to be marketing mix. Now, because of internet, you can directly have on the web, sitting at the home, the consumer can select the various attributes, say, for example, shoe, Nike is used, can say that what kind of a sole required, what kind of a color required, various designs that is required. So that is possible that the consumer can design his own choice from the various ingredient, and through the internet that could become possible, which was not earlier possible. Similarly, the price, now there is a lot of evolution happened the way prices have been made as a marketing mix. As you know that you search either hotel or a flight, you can see that how dynamically these prices are changing. You can compare the prices which are being offered by various competitor. So that way, the marketing has taken totally a different phase, the way this marketing mix has been offered. And then the related to the place, now because of the mobile, you can offer the offerings directly on the mobile app. You can have the iPad, you can have the laptops, PCs. So these are the various other marketing mix related to the places can be done. Earlier, pretty much it was restricted to the showrooms and then later on to the television where they were offered and from where it can be selected and then later on telemarketing. But now because of this whole internet-based marketing possibilities and various places like mobile phones, see this has changed. Now you can see that um, for the promotion, either you can use now the websites, even the social networking sites like Facebook, Instagram, you can use for promotion. Different online communities are there. Email marketing is possible. And then that is also possible on the different digital devices. You can do it on the computers, mobile phones, digital outdoors, which are displays, digital TV. So this is way the whole promotion has changed than the traditional. And then with that has come the applications of various technologies in the internet. So for example, in the digital marketing era, we have this search engine marketing, SEO and content. Then you have this email referral, online retarget, online display ads, pay per click. These are the different possibilities that have become possible. So you will see that as a part of the promotion, these certain facets of marketing mix like SEO, SEM, content marketing, email marketing, social media marketing, lead generation, mobile marketing, pay per click. So all of that has become possible. And even now you can measure that because of the technology. So for example, in the online marketing, you can measure the impressions, click-through rate, CTR, view-through rate, VTR, hits, page views, stickiness, unique visitors, loyalty, reach, recency. So because since you are able to measure such kind of a parameter because of the technology, you can at the same time see what is the effectiveness of the marketing and the spend you are doing and the return on your investment. Similarly, conversion to customer, you can see what is acquisition rate, conversion rate, browse to buy ratio, view to ratio, cart conversion rate, checkout conversion rate, abandonment rate, retention rate, attribute attrition rate. So that indicates the success of your marketing and the efforts which are being sent, since all of these are measurable because of technology in the new era. In the social marketing, which is through the Facebook or Instagram, you can measure now what is the conversion ratio, applause ratio, amplification ratio, sentiment ratio. And in the email metrics, you can see open rate. You can actually detect that the email that a person or a consumer receives, whether he has opened, he has read, if he has clicked any link in the mail. So all of that is possible if a bounce back rate is there, if the email ID was not right or not accurate. Even a consumer can select whether he can receive the email or he did not have to receive the mail. So those kind of different options are possible with the new technology. Now, so let's focus out of this on the email, because now as we have seen here, there are multiple ways through in the new era, marketing mix promotion is possible. Now, let us focus on the promotion, and in this promotion, one of the aspects, say email marketing. And definitely each of them is important. And then because of the time constraint, let us focus only on one aspect, which is say email marketing. And let us see in detail how email marketing can be used effectively for the marketing using this marketing mix. So uh, as you know that email marketing is an art, but in the modern age, this art has taken the new facet because of the technology possibilities. Many of our customers, they come and they say that email marketing is not working these days. And even for us also, initially when we started, we started in the traditional way of sending the emails to the target clients, target client database from our CRM. And there was hardly any response or a success rate of responding to the email. Maybe there was a time when this was successful, but not in today's days. Even you know that in your mailbox daily morning, there will be so many unwanted emails, which from your point of view are not important, but everybody is trying email marketing, and hence there is a clutter in your email box for such email marketing emails. Now, how do you stand out is very important. And that is where art of such email marketing is very important. And that is where you can take the advantage of the technology to make it effective. So there is a particular process called as a drip campaign. That has been found out very useful in making email marketing successful. Now, what is drip campaign? So basically, drip campaign is having a crafting of multiple mails as a series of emails, and then so that you can entice your target audience to subscribe your either newsletter or refer a friend or take a survey or make a purchase and more. So it is not a direct selling, but you are enticing through the series of email and making that particular possible lead into the actual customer. So this is called as a drip campaign because it is consisting of a series of emails. Now, drip campaigns are all about helping your brand stay in touch with your target audience. That is what is the fundamental through which it works. The series of automated emails will generally be triggered by the customer or potential customer taking an action in relation to your brand. So that is where the art comes into the picture, that how you are going to draft your email so that you want the customer or potential customer to take an action. So for example, the drip campaign is a scheduled sequence of automated emails. Now, you give the opportunity to engage your customers in an efficient and relevant way. We'll take some of the case studies or example to explain how this is done. And of course, the idea is to provide useful and relevant information exactly when it is needed. That is what is the skill, without overwhelming or spamming the customer. Customer should not feel that he's being spammed. So these are some of the applications of the drip campaign and the scenarios where it can be used. So for example, nurture leads. So as you know that in a funnel, there are generally 3 stages when the leads are getting converted into actual customer. Initially is a potential. So that is what you are saying as a lead. And then you start engaging with the lead. So that is warming up the lead. And then you are converting that lead into the customer. So these are generally 3 aspects of any funnel while converting lead to the customer. Now, in the first stage, when you are nurturing the lead, so people are not ready, they are just evaluating. And with a drip campaign, you can smoothly lead prospects through the entire customer journey from awareness to the conversion. So that is one place where you can use a drip campaign. Another is connect with users who almost purchased from you. And many times it happens on the e-commerce platform like Amazon, that you like certain product, you click on that, but you don't make a purchase. So that is called as a broken journey or an abandoned basket. Now, if such users are there, how do you again bring them back and make them as a customer? So that person who has abandoned basket is potential customer, but then you have to convert that potential customer into the actual customer, and that is where drip campaigns are useful. Another is onboard or engage and retain customer. So many a times in your customer database, generally if you are using the CRM, there are many contacts which you are having, but they are not your customer. They are just lying there. At some point of time, they showed interest in your company or the product, and that is the reason they landed in your CRM database. But then how are you going to make them warm or a potential customer? In such cases, you can use a drip campaign. Another is the introduction to yourself. So because of certain reasons, you came across certain consumer, potential consumer or customer has made a purchase in your store. And then you want to introduce yourself so that you want to make that relationship with the customer for the longer term and a lifetime value from that customer. That is where a drip campaign is very useful. Now, these are some of the triggers. For example, signing up to a newsletter. So you in your internet website, you ask the form to be signed up to receive the newsletter. Now you take that as an opportunity. This is called as a trigger for a drip campaign. And then how you can use that trigger to convert that particular person into the customer in buying into the product. Another is that buying a new product or a service. So if the customer, he buys any product, how you can send him another educational mail so that he can be enticed in buying another products or the services. Or customer is downloading your white paper that you have posted in your internet as a part of the SEO or digital marketing. Now everybody is having this kind of a blogs or such kind of interesting reads on their website. But the person who downloads such kind of a white paper, how it can be enticed into so that that particular customer actually getting converted into buying into something. So these are some of the triggers for starting of the drip campaign. Now, these are some of the common programs. So one is the events. So event is that somebody onboarded or made a purchase, and that is where drip campaign can be made. Now, this is a pictorial representation here for each of these program. And actually the event, basically they support such kind of design, which can be actually implemented and basically automated. And then another is like the top of the mind. So even if the customer is not doing any purchase at that time, in the past, that customer has done some purchase, but you will always want to be on top of the mind of that particular customer, especially if you know that this is a customer who has purchased your product, but then your competition has introduced some another product. And then you do not want that customer to jump the wagon and then go to another company or a product. So you want to remain on the top of mind of that customer. So then for that kind of a campaign, you can use a drip campaign. Another is the re-engagement. I mean, the customer is there, he purchased one product, but then you want to re-engage that. He is not active. So to making him active, he participate in exploring another services or the products from your company, you can use such kind of campaigns. Another is for the education. So the consumer is not doing any purchase or direct buy, but you want to, since that lead or a contact is there in your CRM database, you would like to use that to educate that client. Now, they want, it could be educating that client related to the new offering. It could be the new product that you have introduced. It could be new service that you have introduced. So for that also, you can use the drip campaign. So these are the various programs through which you can use a drip campaign. So some of the best practices that you have to keep in mind when you are using that. One is you have to set a very realistic goals. So one is that you define your purpose, that what do you want to achieve in a particular drip campaign. You should not keep numbers which are not possible. So you should keep a very, very practical numbers, which is possible, that how you will use that. For example, if you have a database of 1 lakh customers, you cannot say that I will be able to convert 1 lakh, all 1 lakh customer in my database into purchasing my product. So you have to realistically keep a target at how much through the drip campaign you can convert them. Then understand the metrics. The main metrics of email marketing include open rate, click-through rate that we have seen. So choose the metric that best suits what you want to achieve, because when you run the drip campaign, it is very, very important that you keep measuring the effectiveness of that drip campaign. But when you measure the effectiveness, what parameters you are selecting? Are you targeting open rate to track the success of the drip campaign, or click-through rate, or the conversion rate? So that you decide. Then find where you are at. So explore your chosen metrics in your email marketing software and see where you currently stand. So at every time you evaluate that drip campaign, as it is a series of different steps in the email marketing. So at every step, you keep a watch on these metrics and see that where you are. Is it working for you? It is not working for you. Are you going to tweak the next step or not? That you should be dynamically able to do that through the technology. And then set realistic goals that we are already seeing. Then Another best practice is use a marketing automation platform. Without tool, you cannot run such kind of a drip campaign um, manually. So for example, if you decide that if you are having 1 lakh contacts in your CRM, then you cannot use manually to run such kind of a drip campaign to target that or keep an eye on that. Without tool, it is not possible. So selecting the right platform and implementing it is very important for the success of drip campaign. Then offer more than a sales pitch. It, whenever you are sending the emails under the drip campaign, it should never be a direct sales pitch, which is the traditional practice. Here in the drip campaign, depending upon the drip campaign use case, you have to shoot the mail, which could be informative, it could be positioning you, it could be adding value to the consumer itself indirectly, so that consumer becomes interested in interacting with your email, and that is how it gets converted. So this is very important thing. And then practice the market segmentation. It is very important that when you do such drip campaign and the email, you have to keep the demographics of the consumer in mind, like what is age, gender, location, occupation, or even the behavior, whether he's making a purchase, he's just creating the account, or he just want a free consultation. Many times, many people, they join your website just to download the white paper. Now, that category is nothing but your demography or a segmentation. So this segmentation has to be very clear for the given drip campaign program. You cannot shoot that all drip campaign or a program for all the contacts in your database. You have to first make the segmentation of the various customer in your database. And for every segmentation, you have to separately design the drip campaign. And that is where the tools are very important, where they allow you to make such segmentation and even design the different drip campaign for the different segments. Then you determine the useful triggers when this drip campaign should be started. So for example, the best thing is that you have done some search on the email on the e-commerce website, but you have not done the final purchase. Maybe you are waiting for something to happen, or you are not motivated to do the final purchase and make that spend as a consumer. But then use that as a trigger, and then send a free shipping or 5% off, that kind of an email as a part of the drip campaign to all such people who has an abandoned cart. Then the conversion rate has been found out that is very high. They directly come back and make that purchase because they are saying that, okay, now free shipping is available, so they don't have to spend, or that 5% off they order within a certain date. And we ourselves make such kind of purchases if we see that there is a limitation of the certain date by which you have to make those purchases. So these are the useful triggers that you can use in the drip campaign. Is including of the feel good emails. So sometimes these, in the series of the email that you run in the drip campaign, not every email should be targeted toward converting consumer in the sale. Some of them could be a feel good emails as well, like happy birthday, for example. So similar things could be a part of the series of the email. And then it's very important that you determine the frequency by which you are shooting those emails in the series of email under the drip campaign, so that you don't overwhelm the consumer, and you basically give the appropriate email at the appropriate time, so that the consumer doesn't feel that it is a spam and remains interested in your email. And of course, if you are unsure of the frequency, do some testing to uncover the sweet spot for customer engagement. And of course, depending upon the segment that you are targeting, this frequency could be different. So that you have to experiment yourself and then decide what is the right frequency. And then important is that finalize your sequence, that what is the different sequence of the email that you are going to send. So how much information does the customer need in one particular email? Can you break it down into 2 or 3 email? At what stage of the journey you are? So what should be the email that you are sending? And what next potential action client can take? What are the challenges and barriers at the client end or consumer end? And how can you help them to overcome that? And what is your overall goal? So that you have to keep in mind when you are designing the sequence of the email. And that is where the art of email campaign and a drip campaign comes into the picture, that you know your customer well, then only you'll be able to design this sequence very effectively. Another thing is that create a catchy subject lines in every email that you get. For example, the emails that you get in your email box, how many you open, and then you will find that the emails that you open are directly related to the catchy subject lines that you have. So your subject line should be short, catchy, and personalized. So such kind of emails is found out that they are frequently opened by the consumers, and possibility is very high. Some of the tips are that have only one message. Do not mix up multiple messages about your products and what you want or what you want to achieve out of that email. Front load the copy, include most important words in the front. So don't shun away from hiding the words that you want to ultimately convey. Be active, write with the active verbs. So whenever you write such subject lines, use the word like get, buy, own, enjoy, so that consumer is motivated to take the action. Be concise. Email subject line should be very short and tightly written. It should not be a very long sentence. Lead with benefits. So what is the main USP of your email and how will it enhance their life? So you have to keep consumer in the center and how it will benefit that. If you write in the subject line, then definitely the customer will be happy and open that. And then be quirky. I mean, another option, if you are finding that none of it is working, then be quirky and try to catch the reader's eye with a quirky, attention-grabbing headline or pun. So something like, I mean, it's not a good example which I'm telling, but for example, that if you get the email with the subject line that your trading account is getting stopped or something like that, right? And then you open that mail and you find out that maybe it is another email from that. Of course, if you get such kind of email, you definitely are going to unsubscribe such kind of email. But the purpose of giving that example is that you can find out the quirky such kind of a title or a subject line for your product, so that the client is forced to open that email. So whatever you want to say has to be clearly and concisely as possible. You have to mention that. And then, of course, measure every time. Now, because of technology, it's possible. It's called as a UTM code. So if you include that UTM code in your web page or in the email, you will find that Google Analytics can track the various metrics and you can measure the success of your drip campaign. So these are some of the best practices you have to do while doing the drip campaign. This is one of the sample journey that is in a technical platform, how you design the drip campaign. So I'm not sure if it is readable, but the crux here is that this is indicating the sequence, and this can be automated and visually designed so that automatically the tool will set those email, those template, those words at the defined interval. It says that, okay, after on the 0th day, send this email, and then on the after 1 week, send this email, after 2 weeks, send this email. And even you can track if a particular series of email, if particular customer is not opening, and you can decide your limit, maybe 3 mails, 5 mails, 10 mails, whatever is that. And if it is not opening, you can even mark that do not try this customer. Unnecessarily, do not waste your resources. Okay. But in one of it basically opens, then you can then go ahead and then send a corresponding next action kind of email so that gradually you convert them. Now, these are the different types during the customer journey. When you find out what are the different types of the drip campaign that you can design. So one is the welcome campaign. So whenever you are welcoming any for the product purchase or any registration, you use that as a trigger and design the drip campaign that is called as a welcome campaign for the drip campaign. Another is top of mind campaign. So basically you are just shooting that drip campaign to remain on top of the mind of the consumer that is there in your database. Another is re-engagement campaign. So you already have a consumer in your database, but you want to re-engage that because he has not been active for a while. So you design that drip campaign to re-engage all such different consumers in your database to make them active. Then product focus campaign. This is very, very focused campaign if you are introducing any product. And then for that, you can design a drip campaign. Then the competitive drips. So if your competitor has introduced some product, and then for that you want to nullify the impact on your consumer so that they don't change the loyalty, then these separate drip campaigns are designed. And then industry's expertise drips. So these are like you want to position yourself as an industry expertise. So from that point of view, from time and again, you'll be sending certain email. So the campaign that is designed is for that purpose only, which will show that you are expert into that industry. And that emails that you send will have that kind of informative information. And it will keep on highlighting that, okay, now you have got this award or this particular number you have achieved or whatever is that. Then the promotional drips. These are pure promotional drips. So basically prospect near the purchase stage of the sale funnel, he has not purchased, but then you give certain promotions like some discounts or special pricing so that the last, whatever is the hurdle that consumer has before making a purchase, that can be overcome. So all such drip campaigns are done across the different customers. And then the onboarding campaign. So once the customer purchases the product, then you want to send certain set of email. One that basically you make a relationship with that customer because of this onboarding campaign and sending that email. And also it helps you in making the new purchases. For example, if a client has, you are a tourism kind of a business, and then a tourist has purchased some package and there is a month to go to start his vacation. So you can start a drip campaign, sending him a series of email that, okay, now 2 weeks left, 3 weeks left, 1 week left. And then also in that, you can introduce if any additional freebies you are giving or any additional products that you want to introduce that, okay, they are going, do you also want to purchase a hotel or whatever is that? So this is how the drip campaign is designed for onboarding as an onboarding campaign. Then the upsell drip. In the upsell drip, or the same can be also used for the cross sell. So you already sold one product to the customer, and you know that this particular customer has got a capacity to purchase another product as well. So it is, for example, you are a bank has a consumer related to the home loan, and then you know that this customer also has a potential to buy the insurance or mutual fund or other products. So you send a drip where they are enticed towards buying the another product as well from you. So that those are the drip campaigns for upsell drip. And then the renewal campaign, if it is a subscription based consumer and his total subscription period is getting ended or coming nearer to the end, then you can send that campaign so that they renew that kind of subscription. That is a renewal campaign. So these are some of the different types of the campaigns which are there, which are possible to the drip campaign. So here highlighting that we have seen that from traditional, how the marketing mix has evolved because of the various options available in the internet. And in that, we have taken one of the example, which is of the email. The similar kind of the detailing can be done for the various other aspects of the digital marketing as well. So we were seeing that you have to use the traditional marketing mix, which is sending email. Sending email has become now traditional for the product marketing. But now how you can use the technology and the process around the technology using the drip campaign, which is the modern method, and then combine these two marketing mix so that you can achieve the better results. So this is how it was tried to result. Now it's very important that we understand how technically it becomes possible to make this mix along with the traditional marketing mix. Now, for marketing, there are multiple vendors who have made this tool to make this possible. These are the four prominent vendors: Adobe, Salesforce, IBM, and Oracle. And for various aspects of the marketing, they have the suite of products or the modules which are covering like campaign management or email, which we have just now seen, or B2B marketing automation, content creation, segmentation, analytics, CRM, social listening, social advertising, social campaign management. These are the various aspects of the digital marketing and how these different vendor platforms they support the various their products or the modules. So that is what basically this analysis is. So, for example, if you consider Salesforce, Salesforce has the platform called as a marketing cloud. And for the campaign management and the email management we just now discussed, they have the module called as the exact target, or they call as a SFMC now. And then for B2B marketing, they have the product called as the Pardot. Similarly, for CRM, they have the Salesforce.com. And if they want to do the social listening, there is a product that is Radian 6. That product, of course, everything is bundled against the one platform, which is now the marketing cloud. And the same is true for all the different vendor offering. Going further, we'll see the Gartner Magic Quadrant for all such tools. And then these are the leaders in this space, considering all the aspects of the digital marketing. Adobe, Salesforce are definitely leaders. In terms of the visionaries, Salesforce is ahead and followed by Adobe and Oracle. And then these are some of the other tools which are also available. Now let us take the example of Salesforce, which is the leader. Now in Marketing Cloud from Salesforce, you can do the you can acquire the consumer, you can onboard the consumer, you can engage the consumer, and you can retain the consumer. Now, how you can do that through the automation, that they have got these multiple modules. One is the journey builder, where they can design this journey. Just now we have seen the drip campaign. You need to design the different processes. So that is how it basically is done in the journey builder. Then there is an audience builder. Audience builder is where your segmentation of the various contacts done. So you acquire your contacts through your events, through purchasing of the marketing databases, through your contacts, or in your CRM, already some contacts are there. But if you want to do the segmentation, that is where the audience builder helps you. Depending upon the attributes assigned, you can make the various list of the segments. Then the content builder. So this is required for designing of your content. Now contents are required either for the email or SMS or any postings that you do on the social media or even the website. So for that, this content builder is useful, where you can design the content. And then the analytics builder, where we have seen that you keep on measuring the metrics and different parameters to see the effectiveness of your campaigns. So this is where this analytics builder helps you. And then Marketing Cloud Connect, basically this Connect helps you in sending the continuous engagement with the customer at the various touch points. And then personalization builder, so where you can personalize and capture the personalization. Nowadays, under this machine learning technique, the cookies, whatever are your habits on your website browsing from the browser or the mobile, all of them, they are captured as a persona. And then based on that personas, you can build the segment also, and then you can use the artificial intelligence to decide the next action. So that is the advanced technology. As we have seen that these are the different modules. Audience Studio, where your all the contacts are there. Content Builder, where you build the content. Google Analytics 360, where you can capture the actions by the consumer on your campaign and can develop the different metrics and the dashboards. Journey Builder, where you can visually build the journeys or automation, like we have seen in the drip campaign. Email Studio, here you can design the emails. Mobile Studio, here you can design your mobile notifications. Advertising Studio, here you can design your advertisements that can be pushed either on the web or on social media or on mobile or email. So all those advertisement or pay-per-click, all those things you can design here. and automate and publish that. You don't have to separately do that. Through the tool itself, it is possible. And then the automation studio, if you want to combine the data from multiple sources and then prepare the segment or the data on that content, that is where automation studio can do the automation of that kind of a data for that particular segment. Now, this is how the user interface looks like in the tool. You are having the multiple module for email studio, mobile studio, and which there are multiple actions. I will not go in the details of that. Just to tell you that on a single platform, because of the technology now, it is possible that all that marketing related or marketing mix related actions can be taken. And in the single click, you can publish across the multiple channel, you can design those drip campaign, you can track, you can see the dashboard, all of that. So, but how do you do the tool selection? What tool is suitable for you? So for example, this Salesforce Marketing Cloud case that we were looking at, if you see that you have a volume of email sending is very high, then you use it. Or your company is B2C, so your business to consumer kind of a marketing you are doing, want to use multiple channels at the same time, like mobile app also you want to market on, emails also, social media also, web also. So this is useful because a single campaign can be automatically pushed across the multiple channels. And where you have the complexity of your marketing effort and data are high. So we have seen that these visual journeys can be built. And you are, if medium and large size company, then generally it is suggested that you can take such kind of a product. So, and these are the details of each of these product which I run through the advertisement studio, social studio. I will not go into that, but just will give you the peak of that. For example, if it is a social studio, which is one of the module of the marketing cloud, this is how it looks like. And it shows that at any given point of time, your social platform, suppose you are having the LinkedIn page for your web, company, or you are having the Facebook page for your company, it can show that what are the trending words people are searching for, or whatever are the listening words you have kept, how the people are interacting with that. So those kind of the listening of the social media you can do. That is very important for you to to decide that if, for example, if you are launching one particular product, how people are reacting to the launch of that particular product. Are they happy? Sometimes there are two types of the sentiments. You are having the happy sentiment, or they are the unhappy sentiment. So you can come to know through this listening that what people are saying about your product, and accordingly you can take action. Then the automation studio, and then you can combine the multiple sources. So these are just some of the aspects of these tools. So when do you use this journey builder of that? So if you are having the mobile opt-in, social opt-in, web opt-in, where you want to opt for pushing your marketing campaign, then you can use this journey builder. Or welcome series, abandoned cart, birthdays, browser retargeting, customer anniversary. So these are the various scenarios in which you can use that journey builder module. It's the most important module of a marketing tool because it automates your so many things that you don't have to actually observe that or supervise that. Then loyalty, newsletter, app download, you want to find out how many apps being downloaded for your company if you have app. Then post purchase, if you want to target any drip campaign, promotional, re-engagement, win back. So all of that is possible through the journey builder. And this is how typically journey builder looks like inside the tool. So it has got the actual process flow chart kind of a thing, which is very easy to make. And you can say that, okay, now at this particular time, you send the email, at this particular time, you send some another type of an email, you use another template. So all of that is possible through this journey builder. This is how typically it looks like. So it is just to give you the view. And then Google 360, Analytics 360 is very important that through this tool, you have the integration, which shows what are the different actions being taken and what are the metrics, how they're performing. And this is how basically it looks like. So when your Google Analytics is integrated with your tool, you can show that on the different parameters that or metrics that you define, that how you are doing on that particular campaign. The interaction, for example, if you have said the email opening rate, conversion rate, so it says that 32.17% people have used, or those kind of a targets you can keep here. Email Studio, Mobile Studio, these are the different things. These are the various events that you can design. So for example, if it is a first time purchase, if the client has done first time purchase, automatically that drip campaign will be triggered or email campaign will be triggered. If cart is abandoned, then that is a trigger. So like that, automatically you can design through this. So I will not go much into depth of that. You can even define that what is the target you want to do. So for example, here, if you want to target that 65% of the population, I want to cover of the total contacts in your database through this particular campaign. So you can set your targets here as well, so that here you can track how you are doing against your target. Now, these are some of the case studies, how it is implemented in other countries, and even we have implemented for some of the customers. So for Amazon.com, so the problem they were facing that for the printer ink and toner product, they had the enormous inventory. Well, because determining the printer to ink compatibility can cause shopping frustration, because there are multiple possible combinations, what printer to which ink. So they wanted to simplify and improve the customer experience. But now, because of the marketing cloud, there is a predictive intelligence is possible. So the moment the consumer selects one particular type of a printer, he will be only shown the inks which are compatible with that model. So that kind of is and sold, and that is done for multiple products. So this is one of the case study that is implemented. Another is the social success. So in social success, basically the JetBlue, they wanted to listen in the social media what people are saying. So whenever now in JetBlue, the way it is implemented, that if anybody says a wrong word about the JetBlue product, now what is the wrong word? When they say I'm unhappy, it is not a good product. So that is automated. And if they say that, automatically that chat window opens, and any basically consumer, the support person can talk with the consumer, and they can resolve the issue immediately. So that was how this is implemented. Then in case of the Hotelook, it is the email success that is implemented. So they develop a sophisticated email strategy to send customers a targeted selection of daily offers and automate the life cycle campaign. So it is sort of a drip campaign they had implemented. And then it is a mobile success. In mobile success, this company, Paivai Asian, they wanted to send the notification whenever client is around that area. And then how the moment they come into that area, they automatically get a notification on their mobile. And then they can say that, okay, you are near and this is possible, buy one, get one free. These are the offers. So that increase their sales. So these are some of the case studies. There are more I can talk about. So this is what is overall thing I would end here from whatever I wanted to talk about. So one is that the takeaway is that you have to use a scientific method for using the online marketing. And basically it is about engaging the real people. That is how you use this mix of traditional with the modern technology. And then the modern marketing mix can be used as an outline for a marketing plan, but to assess marketing and assess marketing potential for a product. Also, marketers, our job is to create a maximize perceived value around the product. Now, how you increase the perceived value using a various marketing mix is a skill and art, as I already said it. And that is how we as a marketer has to do and use a technology to achieve that. So that is where I will stop and I'll open this for any questions if you have.
Thanks. That was a very insightful session. Am I audible?
Yeah. Thank you, Supriya.
Okay. So so that's interesting. You took us through how the marketing mix has evolved from just 4 Ps to 7 Cs in the recent times. And I mean, the modern aspect of marketing is very wide. So I really appreciate that you chose one aspect, let's say drip campaigns, to take us through it and give our audience some insights about how really the what kind of campaigns are there, what is the thought process, what is the capability of the modern systems are. So I think it was very interesting, and you included some case studies which also gave us a very good overview of the different ways these campaigns are implemented. Or maybe I can say the different goals, like, for example, the email success, the mobile success, towards the end when you covered that. So while I invite the audience to pose their queries and questions, and I can see that there are some. But since we are talking on this topic, are there any interesting challenges that you come across in implementing, let's say, the marketing cloud? Any interesting use cases?
Yeah, there are a couple of instances where it is challenging, I can say, where the implementation. So for example, one of the client, which was a US-based client, and they are into pharmaceutical domain. So their need was very unique, and then we didn't face it for many people. So they wanted to have the feedback capturing done through the automation. And then based on the feedback, they also wanted to store the different attributes of that client, which are the selected ones, in the CRM under the contact of that. And also they wanted to track that if they made any purchase of a particular medicine or any pharma label, so they wanted to track what are the different pharma label one particular contact is using, and then accordingly next time any campaign or the feedback survey goes to that particular client, then that should be customized based on the data that is captured in the CRM. So that was a bit challenging. Of course, we did implement that. It was challenging because one, it always needed a very close syncing of database of the segmentation which was used for a particular client and then the CRM, and also customizing the capturing of the preferences of a particular client and the purchases made, and then storing that in the CRM back. And then next time when the campaign is sent, using that data and then sending that. So, and then using that kind of an email while sending that. So that was what was a challenging part. I do remember one particular use case, since you asked that.
And like you covered one product, like you said, there are multiple technology platforms, and you spoke about the marketing cloud of Salesforce. So is it that this, like, is there interoperability? Like, for example, if I already have a CRM and I want to implement marketing cloud or Salesforce, is it possible, or I need to have a Salesforce CRM and then I use marketing cloud?
No, you don't need a Salesforce CRM to use the marketing cloud. It is an independent marketing cloud platform. And even we have use cases or case studies where other marketing tools like HubSpot that could also be combined with the marketing cloud app.
Yes. Okay. Let's check out the observations and queries that we have from the audience. And okay, so we have from Mr. Binod. He says, I would like to ask, how do companies determine the appropriate marketing mix for their particular product or service? It's more of a marketing question. And you're more into technology, but we'd like to know from your perspective as an implementer, as a facilitator of the implementations of such platforms.
Yeah, I mean, as I rightly said earlier, also it is an art. So you need to know your customer very well before you design the marketing mix. Many a times you learn from the competition. Sometimes you experiment and then learn. But you have to keep experimenting that what marketing mix works for you. Saying that experimentation may not be possible always because it is an expensive thing. So upfront, you should have certain market survey first to understand what works. And it is always said that if you have a very strong segmentation implemented on the database in the CRM that you have, then marketing mix becomes more effective because many a times we try all size fits all that doesn't work. So it has to be when you decide the marketing mix, it should be designed for a particular segment, and you should be nowadays even it has gone one step ahead, and the concept of micro segmentation has come up. So yeah, in that micro segmentation, even dynamically you change the segment based on the changing demography, and based on that, then you can um, uh, design the marketing mix, and then accordingly you can design your campaign. So it's really art, and there is no one answer or one single silver bullet as an answer to that.
Okay. So another question is from Mr. Bobby Menon. Can you please tell your opinion on what impact do cultural differences have on the marketing mix in different regions or countries?
Definitely, it comes under the demography, right? I mean, the biggest cultural thing, for example, if you are considering the South Asian countries versus the Indian countries, or even inside the India, South India versus North India, the we have multiple cultures, and then that definitely impact your consumerism, and you may be finding that a certain particular product may be having a demand for that particular segment, having a certain cultural background, and then another segment with a different cultural background may be having a different product of demand. So to answer my opinion, yes, it does impact. The cultural differences does impact, but without giving any specific names to the cultures, you yourself can observe that within the likings of South India versus likings of North India towards one particular product is different.
Yeah, why go far? Within our country itself, we have such huge variation and difference in preferences.
Yeah, that is correct. I mean, even the likings of different types of entertainment is different across the multiple cultures.
Actually, technology doesn't really change the principles of marketing. I mean, we are talking about traditional and modern marketing mix, but the concepts and the principles of marketing, the segmentation, uh, how we want to target, all those things, the principles still apply. It's just that we have more avenues now. We have a different consumer behavior and patterns which have evolved in the digital era, and hence we have new ways of uh, dealing with marketing, right?
Yeah, I mean, you see, we should not look at them as two separate things, marketing and technology. It has to go hand in hand. We have seen the client who has come to us who had implemented best of the best technology, and still they did not get the results what they wanted proportionate to the investments they had made in the technology. and despite having the marketing team which is experienced. So I think the right implementation of marketing strategy using the right features of the product is very, very important. And hence the person who is implementing the marketing strategy need to know the aspects of the technology platform being used, because these days without knowing the technology platform, it is very difficult to drive the marketing strategy in silos. And similarly, the people who are implementing the technology need to have the understanding of the marketing and what works. For example, the example of the drip campaign I have given. Now, even if you decide what is the sequence of the email that you send, including what kind of the pictures you include in the template and what kind of the headings that you give, now that makes a lot of difference in the success of that drip campaign. Now, what happens that if the two teams they work in silo, technology team will say that, okay, I have designed the journey builder and which sends the email after so many days, and it sends and automatically detects, and this is how it is done. So technology person will say my job is done. Marketing person will say, okay, I have designed the message, I have designed this, but together, unless and until you doesn't know that how it is art, how you combine that, okay, that after this email, you need to have, say, there is a feature called as the A-B selection, right? So if the template A of an email doesn't work, then automatically how do you switch to the B template? And if B template works, then how the next message should automatically change. And depending upon what action consumer takes on the email, what should be the next email set is done. So that has to be done hand in hand between marketing person and the technology person. So I think it should not be looked as a silos.
That's a very valid point. It's the mix of art and technology both, creativity and technology. So we have a question from Ms. Paul. How does product development and design fit into the marketing mix?
Product design and?
How does product development and design fit into the marketing mix?
So it is it is one of the first P of the 4 Ps, which is a product, and then both of them, the product design is part of that marketing mix. So it is definitely the essential part of that, and it comes under the traditional ways of marketing by changing the product design, how you are making your marketing campaign effective or market effective. So, for example, I had given an example of a Taj Hotel under the 4 Ps, and under that, if you consider the product, and that is where if you see the offering of the Taj Hotel. So earlier, the Taj definitely was going for a very premium hotel chains under the Taj Hotels. But then looking at the segment which was not able to afford, they came up with another segment, which is a Vimanta and those kind of a segment. Now they changed that design, and then they came up with the resort kind of a segment as well. Now this is what we can say the change in the product design. So the product is same, they're nothing but hotels, but the product design is changed to appeal to a particular segment and the market. So that as a part of the marketing mix is definitely essential, and depending and after studying of the consumer and the segment, that is definitely required to be done by the marketing team. So I hope that answers your question.
Okay. Now, next question is from Mr. Mehul Gavaria. He has asked a very interesting question: that how will AI impact digital marketing?
Yeah, it impacts a lot. So you see that day in, day out, but you may not be even realizing that how it is impacting you. So nowadays, even the listening, your mobile phones listens. That is what they say. You say some word, and then automatically next day you browse your Google, and you see an ad for that particular product, you will get surprised. You talk about that you want to visit, say, Singapore, and then next day you will find an ad for vacation in the Singapore. Now, how does it happen? It all happens through the AI. So basically, how it is done is that for every person, there is a profile that is created, and that is done through the machine learning, through the cookies. And the that is one thing. And second is definitely the through the machine learning, now they can detect your other actions as well. And based on that profile, it goes to the advertisement engine, and then that advertisement engine it pushes the appropriate ad to you. So that is one part of ML and AI. And then sometimes it also sees the drip ad campaign when we discuss the next possible action that is also can be predicted through the AI. So for example, if in the and you might have says that as well, that when you are purchasing in the Amazon a certain product, you will get surprised that at how the suggestion automatically comes in front of you, which is related product. Even at the time of checkout, it automatically comes. So that is all through the artificial intelligence, that the behavior of the consumer through the artificial intelligence and the data collected on the consumer, it comes as the next option automatically, so that the consumer is sort of compelled and considering the other options as well. So this is just one of the example I have said. There are multiple examples through which artificial intelligence has impacted the marketing.
Even marketing analytics, it's
Yes.
all AI driven. Mainly.
Correct.
So, talking about analytics before I move on to the next question, the example that you gave in Marketing Cloud was the Google 360-degree analytics coverage. So, typically in such kind of platforms, is it possible to integrate other analytics beyond Google also with such implementations?
So let me understand, your question is that, is it possible to integrate Google Analytics with the other marketing platforms, right?
No, any other analytics that I have. I mean, Google Analytics is there, but I might be using some other analytics as well. So that integration with the Marketing Cloud or any such tech platforms is also easily supported.
It's possible. I mean, you have to be very specific with analytics platform we are talking about,
Okay.
because if that analytics platform has got the hooks enabled, then yes, it is possible.
So our next question is slightly off technology also, but it's by Mr. Singh. Does brand reputation have impact on the marketing mix?
Brand reputation?
Does brand reputation have an impact on the marketing mix?
I would say it's other way around, right? What marketing mix you select is sort of impacts your brand. So instead of brand impacting the marketing mix, I would say the way marketer selects marketing mix can definitely impact the brand of that particular company or product.
Okay. I have one more question. I think Meher is a student, MBA student maybe. So the question is, how long is CRM here to stay? Possible career options in this space post MBA program.
CRM was always there historically. It's going to, yeah, it is going to stay as long as universe stays. That is what I think it is going to be always going to be there, because for every business, customer is a key, and you need to have some platform or a tool to capture the customer attributes and then plan multiple things around that. There are multiple case studies on the CRM, not only marketing, but other than marketing also, there is a lot of use cases on the customer database in the CRM. So definitely it's going to stay. And then instead of the career options in the CRM space post MBA, you can be business analyst in the CRM. That is one of the definitely thing. And then the analytical area that is widely getting opened. So MBAs, I think they can add a lot of value in the analytics part of the CRM.
Okay, we have a question from Dr. Kiran Yadav. So please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Prakash ji. I must say this was one of the most comprehensive masterclass sessions on
Thank you,
marketing
sir.
and blending it with technology. I think you've absolutely covered all the aspects of modern marketing, and it's a true masterclass in it, the sense that BMA, tries to promote. Um,
Thank you.
I have one question before we move on. It is from whatever you presented, it is absolutely essential and critical for any corporate to now be well versed with what is the modern marketing tools, because the universal truth is that competition is universal. If
Correct.
as a startup, MSME, or the small members of BMA, who are struggling to establish themselves in this competitive world, in terms of uh, their marketing mix, or in terms of their planning of how to go about the entire process, what would be the steps or role that you would say they should adopt?
So I think the foremost thing is that as a number one thing, you should have organized CRM in place to have all your contact which you are developing and the leads that you are developing. So that must be organized and that database has to be created. And then based on that, if you can uh, have the segmentation of that, attributing that out of your product offerings of that startup. I'm assuming that if it is a startup case, there may not be multiple offerings like a big corporate. There will be one or two offering, but still the behavior of various client that do change. Some of the client, they would need the POC, for example, or they may need the sample, or some of them, they may be looking at the price conscious thing or whatever other different things related to that startup related business. So then definitely that if you can capture and make the segmentation in that particular CRM is important. And then I had just touched upon one aspect of digital marketing, which is the email marketing, but there is whole other gambits as well, which is SEO is there, then pay-per-click Google advertisement is there, then your social media campaigns are there. So all of that are the possible marketing mix a startup can do depending upon the offering or the product or the services that a startup can do. And then implementation of that. So one is definitely having the website is foremost another important thing other than the CRM. You must have your own website, and then that website, since in the digital marketing world, is coming through the searches, SEO, those kind of things are very, very important. And now the social media is also useful and generating a lot of leads based on the products that you are offering. So especially if your startup offerings are in the garment space, then definitely social media is supposed to generate a lot of leads. So you should have mechanism who enables you. If you have in-house team, that is the best thing because they know the needs and how to market the attributes and offerings of your product. If not, take the professional help. But as a sanity, I would say that is important for startups to survive in this competition.
No, you rightly pointed out that the marketing mix earlier, you first produced and then you sold, and accordingly you designed your campaign. But now, considering the fact that in this modern world, you first need to understand the needs and wants of people and then design the products out of accordingly. So, how would you blend a drip campaign to actually arrive at what are the most uppermost needs and wants that one can capture on?
That is going towards the market survey part rather. If you want to design product based on the consumer, needs and wants. So to study the needs and wants of your consumer, you can design the surveys, and as a part of the drip campaign, you can send those surveys, ask those questions to your sample market or a sample consumer or your already consumer, what kind of changes they would like, what kind of issues they are facing, what are the new features they would like to have. So those kind of surveys would definitely help in evolving your product. That has helped uh, in some of our customers.
Okay, thank you. I think that was critical. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we're almost, it's close to 7:30 and we have to conclude the session. I request Dr. Kiran Yadav to kindly present the vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Prakashji, I think you definitely deserve a very solid thank you from all of us for carrying out a very brilliant session. In fact, while listening to you, one thought that one could get n number of doubts clarified. I think BMA is fortunate to have had you as one of our Friday fundamental speakers. We look forward to being able to engage with you in terms of taking it to the next level, because you make things sound so simple. But whatever, we've been trying these tricks over the last 2 years, and we've been having moderate success. So maybe, as you rightly said, at some point of time, you need to engage with professionals who can blend the art and science of making it happen. And I think we will definitely look forward, and I hope you will have the time and energy to engage with us to be able to educate BMA membership on how to take the best of modern marketing forward. Thank you very much for being with us today, in spite of being a Friday evening and starting off a weekend. I thank all the audience for being here. I thank our president and our office bearers. I thank our ex-office bearers who are also with us today, some of the faculty members. And I'm sure all of them have taken some excellent takeaways to be able to work on as a weekend food for thought. Have a nice weekend.
My pleasure. Yeah,
Have
thank
a
you,
nice
Dr.
weekend,
Kiran,
sir.
and my pleasure. And thank you for the opportunity given. And thank you, Mr. Rajesh. Thank you, Supriya. And thank you all for listening to me patiently. And wish you all a happy weekend.
So wish you a very pleasant weekend, and all of you, please stay healthy, stay safe, and have a nice weekend. BMA looks forward to welcoming you to the new Friday Fundamental session soon. But in the meanwhile, cheers. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Sure,
you.
Dr. Kiran. Looking forward to that. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
Bye.
With that, we conclude our today's session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Supriya.